Nedu's 60 million naira charity fraud allegation by VeryDarkBlackMan. We all know what has been happening over, like a week plus now with VeryDarkBlackMan and Nedu Wazobia. But yesterday it took another turn, and like I said, it's an unfolding story. It's an unfolding, situation between these two guys, and I feel many more situations will come out of this. But let's treat this one that is at hand first. So yesterday, VeryDarkBlackMan came out with a video, alleging that Nedu had some dealings with some guy from the United Kingdom, about a charity that the guy in abroad does. And when he saw Nedu, they talked that he wanted to involve Nedu so that people from Nigeria could benefit from that charity. And that charity is in association with this Metropolitan School of Business and Management UK, where they get students or people from other countries on scholarship to come and study abroad in that particular school and stuff like that. So according to VDM, this guy met Nedu and they talked about it, and they agreed that okay, Nedu would run the whole show from Nigeria, the one for Nigeria. Nedu will run it, be the face of it and all that, a whole lot of stories that I will not want to go into. But when the whole thing now started, VDM showed receipts of when they had agreed on the whole amount for the launching, the PR, and the gala and everything to be 80 million naira. That's for everything, the organization, everything, to launch it and all that, to be 80 million naira. They paid a part payment of 60 million, and some things were expected from Nedu and his people, to provide. At some point, they became wary because of what they were not seeing, what they were supposed to see and they were not seeing. So all that came out, and VDM brought all that out, and it had been hanging since yesterday until today, when Nedu and a member of his management team, Talking Drums and something, when they held a press release. Now, the press release I watched and screen recorded for about 1 hour 23 minutes or so, which I can't play everything, all the details, because a lot of things there were not really all that. So I'll just want to play the part that corresponds with what VDM talked about, where there was the breakdown between Nedu and this guy that was organizing, or that was having this charity, and it was about the publicity, about PR, the publicity for the program. Because in what VDM posted that those guys sent to him, there were billboards to be made or to be erected, about 20 billboards, a lot of influencers to be paid to publicize the charity and what was going at the launching, a lot of people to be involved and all that, a lot of money. So I'm going to play from Nedu's press conference, that part, then I'll talk about it. So let's listen.
We started the process for the event. We had conversations, we're making plans. The plan was, after the event, we're going to have billboards all around Lagos calling for donations from all and sundry. We're going to be engaging blogs and platforms to continue to amplify before we begin to plan for the Abuja leg. In the course of that, when we received a message from the partners that in the last 1 week, donations were trickling in, but they were not trickling in the speed they expected. And we made it clear to them that charity in Nigeria is not, if you're using the eyes of the UK or the US, where they're used to charity, where people will just donate money. It's still a growing culture here, and this is a new initiative. We haven't even had the launch. So people are going to donate, but they're going to take their time. We need to have the message saturate the industry. We said, okay, we came back a couple of days and said, oh, we're still concerned. We're not seeing what we expect. We're expecting that by now the whole of social media will be on fire. Well, like, that's not how it works. It's charity. It's not bad news. It's charity. It's going to take time. While we were having that back and forth, we are slated the 9th of March for the launch of the initiative. On the 5th of March. Anybody who wants a copy of this, Mr. Dian, who works for the platform that we were doing this in partnership with, sent an email informing us that they would no longer be part of the event. One, they will no longer be providing the support that they were supposed to provide, and they will be pulling out. The event was for the 9th. We were getting this email on the 5th. That's about 4 days to the event. Please.
From what we've watched, this is the story. After they had given those people the breakdown, the cost of everything, they collected, that's Nedu and Nedu's management company, they collected 60 million or about for event management and publicity. Now, they said they had given 35 million naira to the event planner, you know, to manage the whole event, to secure the venue, do every other thing. Now, the other 25 or 24 million thereabout was supposed to be for PR, publicity, and all that, you know. Now, what I noticed there, and for me, I don't know, all the journalists there, they didn't seem to critically think about the questions they will ask, because there were some contradictions and some things that were not really clear. For one, you said the lady there that was speaking on behalf of Nedu said they had a contract with the event planner, you know, and that contract they could not break, so they had to do a fundraiser where they put their own name after those people had cancelled, blah blah blah. Now, yourself, the management team, Talking Drums, and this Metropolitan School of Business Management UK, or their branch in Nigeria, didn't you guys have an agreement, a written agreement? Didn't you guys have a modus operandi for the whole program? You said you are going to have a Lagos launch, an Abuja, and a UK launch. Didn't you have a modus operandi, how things were going to happen, how things were going to, you know, unfold in your contract? Even if you didn't have it written, didn't you have a formal, a verbal contract? Now, because for a project of 80 million, I don't think it will just be on phone and just talk. There will be some written documents, contracts, signatures, you know, put on paper and stuff like that. Now, let me take it from here. Why those people pulled out was, as you said, was because they said the money that was coming in was not what they felt should be coming in at that time. And that time, the time they said the money that was coming in was not what they expected, you had not done the Lagos launch at that time, because they pulled out before the Lagos launch, which you said. So money was already coming in, but it wasn't as expected to them. Now, they paid for the event management and all that, and they paid for publicity. Their grouse, according to VDM, what VDM said was publicity. That, okay, show us the billboards that has been erected. Show us the posts on Linda Ikeji, on Niger blog, on the other blogs. Show us the posts there. They didn't see anything, and Nedu could not provide anything to them. You know, according to VDM, that was what stirred up the whole issue of them, you know, pulling out and not having anything to do with this again, which you said that they said they were not seeing, that the social media buzz was not the way they felt it should be, because they had paid for it. Now, was there no document stating when you should start the social media campaign? So, were there no, you know, written documents, how everything would go? Okay, before the first launch, the Lagos launch, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this. Then during the launch, this will happen. After the launch, before the Abuja launch, we'll do this, do this, do this. During the launch, it will happen. Then at the UK launch, this and this would happen. Were there no written contracts, documents to that effect? Do you people want to say that these people just released 60 million out of 80 million naira without any, you know, form of documentation, form of, you know, contract or agreement? Because we all know what happens. We all know the business world. Nobody would release that kind of amount for a project and not have something on paper. Now, they were expecting some things to be done before the Lagos launch, which they did not see. And you said before the Lagos launch, some money had been coming in, which they felt was not what they expected. You know, the amount that was coming in was not what they expected. So it means that, you know, a level of publicity was done, but not up to what, you know, you guys discussed or what they expected, you know, you to have done. Because if they were expecting money before the launch itself, then it means maybe billboards, blogs, and all that would have carried it, which, you know, they didn't see. That was why they pulled out. According to you, they pulled out 4 days to the launch in Lagos, to the Lagos launch, the gala. The launch was supposed to be on the 9th of March, and they pulled out on the 5th. So it means there were some expectations, there were some things that you should have done before that time, which they feel you guys didn't do. That is the issue. That is the bone of contention. So the thing now is that you guys should now show to the public, or if it's not a scam, or like you say, it's not a scam, maybe breakdown of communication or stuff, then you guys should look into the contract and show the public, show us that this is what we agreed on, because there must be an agreement. So I feel the thing is, you know, your documents where you stated what will be done should, if you want to clear this whole thing with the public, should have been shown that, okay, this is what we said we'll do, this is what we said we'll do at this time, and they were expecting us to have done this and this when it was supposed to be done at this time. That is the bone of contention that broke this whole contract, or this whole stuff with the Metropolitan School of Business and Management Trust Fund. I think this is what broke it down. This is what made it collapse, because you came out and said you said it was after the gala that you would put billboards, or you get the influencers and all that. They were expecting it to be before, because if they were not expecting, or you guys had not agreed that it would be before the Lagos launch, the launch in Lagos, then they wouldn't have been expecting from you. They won't have been asking for billboards. They won't have been asking for videos from influencers, internet posts, and all that. So that is the angle, you know. So that is what I see in this whole thing. All this other stories up and down, it's neither here nor there. The main thing is, what were your agreements and how did you play those things out? So that's my take. Till I come your way next time, please like, share, follow, and do drop your comments. Doing all this will definitely help make the channel grow. See you all next time. Bye bye.
Silva Squad Channel.